Thank you very much for your such an insightful facts. As a matter of fact, the last slide you played about the services Brahmins used to provide, that was an eye-opener, at least for me. It was a great presentation. Moving forward, we have Mr. Radha Mohanji. He would guide us on BSNA connections and the matrimonials, and will be introduced by Dr. Ajay Pandey.
Great. Thank you, Alka ji. And Suresh ji, thank you for your lecture, and we are looking forward to the second part of that. Really good. We'll have to spend so much time learning about those things on our own. Thanks for putting this presentation together, and really glad that you're talking on this. Thank you. So in regard to our next topic, the matrimonial stuff, this is one of the important topic, right? The BSNA, when it was founded in 1994, this was the topic. This was, I remember talking to Chaubeji about this one. And this was one of the topic, one of the things he wanted to facilitate, to make our youth find a connection with people with the same Brahminic values. And we have been doing this on and off in a different ways since that beginning in 1995. A lot of people were taking care of this by having their regular cheat sheet on their piece of paper. Or so for the last actually 7 years now, we have been doing this on Google Doc, and we have made a spreadsheet, and there's a formal way of doing this. And Radha Mohan ji has been gracious enough to accept this responsibility. I did that for 3 years, almost 3-4 years, and Radha Mohan ji is working hard to make this easier for our current youth to connect to people with the similar values. So he will, Radha Mohan ji is going to describe some of this. Radha Mohan ji is from Miskan chapter. He is very active in Miskan chapter. He volunteers in all the stuff. And his wife, Archana ji, is very active too. His kids are very active. So he is like a role model for a BSNA member. So Radha Mohan ji, thank you for volunteering and thank you for doing this. So you can take over and talk about the process and why you are doing it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay ji. It's a pleasure to be part of BSNA and working for this matrimonial initiative. I would like to share basically a little presentation.
Can you do that by yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So before we start, basically, I would like to have a little prayer. Vakratund Mahakaya Shurya Koti Samprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvekaryeshu Sarvada. All right. You guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Right. So we'll be touching base these topics here. What is BSNA Matrimonial Initiative? Why is BSNA Matrimonial Initiative needed? How can someone submit their entries, data? And as Ajay says, we are working with Google Form and a spreadsheet. So we are getting all the information through Google Form, and that generate to a spreadsheet. Then we'll be talking about data privacy and security. That is most important these days. Then what is happening, new updates in BSNA Matrimonial. Then any questions, suggestions, we'll be talking for that. So here is what is BSNA Matrimonial Initiative. It is an effort to bring several resources together so that BSNA youth and other North American Indian Brahmin youths can find their life partner within own expanded Brahmin community and having similar heritage, culture, and values. We hope that matrimonial alliances within community will lead highly successful marriage and continuation of our treasured legacy. So this is an effort put together so that this option is available for all of us who are currently it is open for North America and Canada who are living here and following Brahminic values. When we say Brahmin, it's not like just related to the Brahmin caste. It is like who are following Brahminic values and believing in Sanatan Dharma. Next is, why is BSNA matrimonial initiative needed? So as Ajay says, like that was the primary or main point came into Chaubeji's mind, like we are living far here, scattered in different states. Let's create something so that Brahmin families can come together and they can find their choices in our own families. So this is the main reason this was started basically back in 1994, and marrying someone like within same community, having same values and heritage. Now here is like, why do Brahmins marry Brahmin community? So we believe in Sanatan Dharma. Marrying Brahmin candidate in Brahmin community helps to preserve Sanatan Dharma. So these days, every day, like other lectures also presented, basically we are losing these values. So if we find candidate, if we marry similar community, we will preserve our Dharma, and that goes to our next generations. And that brings happiness to the family, and we have rich culture that continues. And if we find candidate in our community, marriages last longest. If we look at the data here in America for divorce, like America's first marriage divorce was up to 50% and second marriage is up to 70%. These are like alarming numbers. Nobody wants to go towards that. So that is the thing, like we should be look at this platform. This is available for all of us. We should try to expand our community, and with words we can expand most. And these days, like social media is available, so we are working more coming on the social media. Then how can someone submit their entries? So anybody look at BSNA.org. We would appreciate everybody to go on BSNA.org, find their matrimonial form under matrimonial tab. It is available. Other way it can be accessed, like it can be emailed to BSNA president or any other EC members. They can send you matrimonial form link. Or one more option, like anybody doesn't find there, anybody wants to have entry entered by BSNA member or BSNA volunteer, they can do so. So we do need all the required information on basna.matrimonial@gmail.com, and all the information can be sent on the email, and BSNA volunteer would be happy to enter all the information. Then here is just snippet. When somebody goes on BSNA.org, these are our main topics at the top, main chapters or links. So there is a matrimonial. Once somebody goes there, this is how it looks inside currently. So it goes to the matrimonial form, and there is frequently asked questions. So anybody who try to access this matrimonial form, first thing to look at frequently asked questions, and we all encourage go through all the questions. There are so many questions you might have in mind, and you will find answers there. This is just like inside of that form. How does it look? So if anybody clicks there, this is the first thing they have to go through frequently asked questions, and they have to agree that. This is again snippet for the frequently asked questions. So it has answers inside here, like this is right now for candidates who are living in USA or Canada, and who can fill this form is like candidate himself can fill or their family members, but candidate should be living in the United States and Canada. Now, this is just a Google spreadsheet. So whatever information we are getting from the form, it generates or it comes into a spreadsheet. And this spreadsheet is similar to Excel sheet. Basically, it's like you can filter all the information and you can filter down your choices once you get this. So anybody enters information into Google form, BSNA volunteer would review it. And once we find all the information correct, we share this sheet within 1 or 2 days. This is data privacy and security. So when we say data privacy, like objective of the spreadsheet is to collect a minimum amount of data, which can be used to narrow down the search and to make an initial contact. We say sensitive data should not be provided into this spreadsheet. The compiled spreadsheet can be accessed by the candidates who are there in the list, and it will not be given to anybody else. And we say like people who is getting this information should not pass this to anybody else. If anybody want to take this advantage of this program or this platform, we encourage them to fill their own entry or send them link, get like where they can fill this information. Or again, they can send information to BSNA Matrimonial and we can fill the spreadsheet for them. So this data would be shared only the candidates who are there in this spreadsheet. Currently, there are 170 candidates total in this spreadsheet. And data security. So when we talk about data security, we will not be asking basically exact date of birth, mother's maiden name, social security numbers, street sheet, address, password. This information should not be entered by any cost. We are not having anything that asks these questions. And again, this sheet would be shared only those are there in this spreadsheet or looking candidates. It's not to the public. And we just share this as a viewer only. Nobody can update it. Then if somebody wants to update or like missing any information, we don't have currently to update the previous entry. They have to do fresh entry, and then we can override or old entry. Now here is new updates happening. So right now we have started monthly Zoom calls, and that is only for BSNA Matrimonial connection. We had last month first call. So candidates can come and talk, or their parents can come talk, any questions or anything coming into mind. And any candidate, if they like, they can talk over each other, they can understand, and they can start from their conversation. We also planning to have WhatsApp group or community. So that would be specific to BSNA Matrimonial candidates. Then we are also working towards having login based basically on our BSNA.org, and that would be for the members only. So we encourage people to be member of BSNA so that they can get this opportunity. Right now, this is open to everyone. Anybody can access, and it's free of cost. There is nothing cost for this. So that's all we have. So just closing points, like this is free. we encourage people to go on BSNA.org. And this was the main thing, so that people can get right choice, right candidates. And what is happening around us is known to everyone. So we don't want to be trapped there. Anybody has any questions?
I just want to add, Radhamohanji's really great presentation. This is what we needed to, Keshavji and Sanjayji can vouch for me. We keep getting email and calls from the people who wants to find candidate for their son or daughter. I mean, this happens every week. I'm getting a couple of calls. So this is the service we need, very transparent. And we are kind of, by doing this, we are empowering our people to, find the right candidate. So great work. Thank you very much. This is the thing we should be also very focused on, because this is the way to preserve our Brahminic values. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.